And for me, I love that because when Partey comes back in the team, I can see him playing a Jorginho role, the more deeper line player, and then Declan Rice can be the attacking midfielder or the attacking centre midfielder once. Now you see that this left back, he's saying, "What? Hold on, where's Benjamin White? Why is he there? It was supposed to be where I am." So you see that our players keep on deceiving these players. They don't know where we're going to be. Look at Benjamin White. Our right back is ahead of our right winger and our attacking mid. What position is he playing? I think he's playing anywhere he feels like playing. That's what I feel. Arsenal 4, Newcastle 1. What a splendid display. That was a brilliant display from the boys. There's a few things that happened. There's some continuation from previous matches, and there was some new concept that Arteta introduced. I see different mixtures. Jorginho didn't play in the last few matches that we were winning like 5-0, 6-0. And we see Jorginho integrated into the team, and the team evolved a bit in terms of how the directional play, in terms of the type of passes. And we're going to take a look into some of these things. But Jorginho added some steel to the midfield, but also still contributed creatively. So let's just get straight into the video, because this is going to be a brilliant one to see how we played, how we brought down Newcastle. Newcastle did not stand a chance against us. Before we go any further, do you remember this title? Do you remember this newspaper article? Arsenal's 81 shots in 4 matches have produced 3 goals. Wasteful is becoming a theme for the Arsenal. It seems like it was yesterday. And look at the boys now. We're performing with such confidence, such skill, such determination, such grit. Man, for me, it's amazing to watch. It's amazing to see. The Arsenal team is nothing short of amazing right now. And a few matches ago, it wasn't like this. We were struggling to score. Everyone was saying that, listen, we need, even me myself saying that, man, I can't see a way out of this except we sign a new striker. But little do we know that Arteta had the foot on the brakes, had the foot on the clutch, and now it just lifted off. And this is why the team has been banging in goals. And we're going to see how the transition contributed to these beautiful, splendid goals. But we just have to look and wonder. Most of us forgot about these things. Most of us forgot what we said a month ago when we were critical of the team. Most of us forget about these articles that was posted. Even the media forget about these articles they themselves post. Man, funny how things turn around very quickly. Now, this was the lineup. We see Jakub Kiwior. I don't know, for a superb match, but I don't see how Zinchenko is going to be compete with Kiwior now, because what Arteta done now is Benjamin White is the fullback that's inverting, so we don't need a left back that inverts anymore. We can have a good old fashioned left back that bombs down the wing and just back in defense, and we don't need one that inverts anymore. If we got 2 that inverts, well, fair play, like they can invert one at a time, but that would be better overall. But we don't need it, as what I'm saying. Kiwior played brilliantly. Gabriel Magalhaes once again, the king of Brazil, solid at the back once again. Saliba was a bit shaky in certain instances, but nonetheless, it was good. Benjamin White, absolutely magnificent going forward, but still a bit and the weaker side of defense, I would say, but he's still done okay. Saka contributed to defense a lot in this match as well, helping him. Odegaard 7.1, Jorginho 7.2. I believe Jorginho should have had a higher score than this, because for me, Jorginho was the man of the match, and we're going to see why. We're going to take a look into a few clips to show you why. Declan Rice 7.6, Gabriel Magalhaes 7.4. Gabriel Martinelli 7.4, Kai Havertz 7.8. This is one of Kai Havertz's biggest stats, 7.8. It was good today. I'm not even gonna lie. He's improving every match. Every match you can see he's gaining more and more in confidence. Bukayo Saka 8.1. So we had 18 shots, 8 on target, and for me that's very good, because it's once again it's 1 shot of 50% shots on target compared to shots. And I've been saying this from the season began. When we're starting to have an equal ratio, or at least a 50% average in terms of shots on target compared to how many shots we have, we're going to be scoring loads of goals. And look, it's no surprise, this is exactly what's happening right now. For the past few matches, we've been having almost averaging 50% shots on target to our shots. We have 55%, which is a bit surprising. Normally we were over in terms of possession. We roll over teams in terms of possession, but in this match we have 55%, especially playing at home. That was a bit surprising, including the passes. We have 555 passes compared to Newcastle 462. But once again, it's the same way we played against West Ham. It wasn't an excessive amount of possession. It wasn't an excessive amount of passing. But we just played differently. Our dimension was absolutely amazing. And we got the victory. Passing accuracy, we got 84% compared to theirs, 80. And we created 15 fouls. Now, this is the first image we're going to look at. And for me, there's lots of things going on. Bear in mind, the images that are going to be popping up now, there's lots of things happening in these images. And we want to dissect them one by one. So, first of all, we see Odegaard here blocking that passing lane. You see the right centre-back, I think he was sure with the ball right now. So Odegaard blocking off the passing lane to the keeper and to the left-sided centre-back. We see Havertz closing down Shaw and leaving the right-back alone. Now we see Gabriel Martinelli have his eye both on the right-back as well as on that, I think it was Longstaff, and Saka marking Luis Miley and Gomes. Now, this leaves Declan Rice with 2 players as well, Longstaff as well as Gomes. So you can see that. So there's 5 Arsenal players in this image, and there's 7 Newcastle players, but there's actually 6 outfield players for Newcastle. So you can see that our pressing was so high and our pressing was so aggressive in this match, and not just in this match but the past few matches. Our pressing is so aggressive. Teams don't know how to play out. Now you're gonna see, now we cut off a few passing lanes. So as I'm saying, Odegaard cut off that passing lane. The passing lane to the right back is already cut off. So yeah, this shot only has 2 passing lanes, Longstaff or to Gomes. And Declan Rice, you know, he's a good interceptor of the ball, and he's marking both of them. You can see his body weight is spread evenly, ready to go either direction. Now it passed to Gomes. Gomes only have 2 options right now: going back to the right back or going to the left side and centre back. He has to choose one of these chances, one of these passes. Now you can see our 4 players are boxing Gomes in, closing down the passing lanes, closing down the passing angles, and forcing him to make a decision. Now he made a decision. His decision went to the right back. Now the right back has another 2 options, because you see that the entire half of this pitch is basically locked off. There's no way. It's very difficult to get back the ball to the right sided defender or even the keeper. It's very hard to get back the ball that direction. So right now we see that Longstaff is the one that's open right now, and Bruno Gomes is making space. So he has Trippier has to choose one of these players, and we're gonna see who he's gonna choose. So Trippier have to choose one of these players. Now, Declan Rice, you can see, look at his body weight. Declan Rice's body weight is leaning over to that, because he's predicting that he's going to try to pass it to Gomes. He knows what's behind him, and he's predicting that he's going to try to go to Bruno Gomes. So his body weight is shift to that side compared to Longstaff's side. And as you can see, Jorginho anticipating that there possibly could be a breakout from this play. So he's running over trying to cover in case Declan Rice don't get an interception on that. So moving forward, we see that Declan Rice did get that interception because he was anticipating that the play was actually set up for that to happen, and that's exactly Newcastle fell in the trap. Now when you look at the space, look at the open space we have Saka way over here. These dots on the screen mark the left side is centre back and the left back for Newcastle. So we see in this position they had 4 players back. We had 5 attackers against their 4 players. Declan Rice on the turn right now. You see Martin Odegaard right there. Kai Havertz ready to pounce on that chance. Now, this is another key indicator to show you how well we've been playing of recent. Now, this shows you that the weighted XG compared to the goals scored. And right now, there's only one player that's better than us right now in the balance of things, in terms of the balance of the entire team. And it's Inter Milan. Inter Milan is better than us in the defensive side and the offensive side. When you compare the XG with the goals scored, Newcastle, Inter Milan is better. But we are in second. And this is now the big leagues, the big 5 leagues in Europe right now. We're in second with this, and I'm talking about the balance. Obviously, we see Bayern Munich in way ahead in terms of the chances, in terms of the attacking play, and also Inter Milan once again is above us, and Juventus is above us, but they're not as far on in the attacking play, and the Juventus is better in defense, and we see that Bayern Munich is better in attack. But in terms of the balance of play, we see that Inter Milan is first and we're second. We see Bayern Leverkusen is basically short, close third, and Real Madrid is behind. So, and we know that Leverkusen has been doing good in Germany. They're basically leading the Bundesliga. So we see that Arsenal, that's what I'm saying, I'm not scared of no one in Europe. No one. All of these so-called big teams, they're not as as over, you know, these majestic teams as we like to think. Everyone can be beaten on their day, and Arsenal is performing as an elite club in Europe right now. Now going back to the clips, we see that another thing we see that, look at this now. Look at this possession of the play. Now, I want to highlight one of the something that I was very concerned about, and it's the fact that we see that Longstaff has a bit of space right now. But am I overly concerned? No, I'm not. I'm just, there's a bit of concern there, because we see that Jorginho, in case Longstaff get a pass on, looking to drive in midfield, we see Jorginho is ready to cover. You see Benjamin White now is ready to cover Jorginho. You see his body weight is pressing towards Jorginho to cover Miley, where Miley is, or possibly this left wing is where either position is ready to cover. Martinelli also could get back in time to cover Longstaff if he's on a drive. Now, Declan Rice left his position to get that ball intercepted, and he actually got intercepted. Now, look at the Bukayo Saka. Declan Rice went into intercept the ball. Bukayo Saka is already on his bike. Look at this guy. So you can see that three things to notice. Jorginho is waiting to pounce in case Declan Rice fails and Longstaff get the ball. Benjamin White is anticipating that Longstaff is going to get the ball, and Jorginho is going to have to cover, and he has to cover Jorginho. Saka is anticipating a positive movement, which is in case Declan Rice win this ball, I'm going to be high up the pitch. What's going to happen? Let's take a look. What exactly happened is Saka prediction was right, and Saka now is in acre of a space between the left-sided centre back and the left back. We see now, one thing I don't like is Havertz is too close right now to the play. It's too close. Havertz should be where this red arrow is going. It should be in between the two centre backs right now, looking to make a space, having a shot on goal, but it's too close to Declan Rice. And we see now that pass, that movement, that interception from Declan Rice left Longstaff and Gomes out the picture. Now, right now, it is 5 against 5. 5 against 5 at the back of Newcastle's zone 14 area. This is absolutely nuts. This is how we've been pressing, and it's not just this match. For the past few matches, we've been pressing high and in huge numbers as well. We've been pressing not just 1 or 2. We've been pressing with 5, 6 players at times, and sometimes Jorginho is included in that. Sometimes Benjamin White is included in that press. Sometimes Kivio. So it depends on the wing it is. So man, this is absolutely magnificent. Now look. Saka, unfortunately, having a shot on goal and it's going in the keeper hand. But you can see Declan Rice was waiting. If Saka could look up, take his head up and just even get a nice little pass into Declan Rice's path right there, that would be a shot on goal for Declan Rice. Or wait for Mark, because he knows Saka is the type of player that knows what's going on around him. Wait for Odegaard to make that run on the outside, give it to Odegaard. Odegaard cross it in, tap in for anyone. So we see that this is the theme of play that keep on recurring throughout the match. Now, another stat we have to identify is Declan Rice right now is number 1 in terms of the net positive. When you take a look at net positive, Declan Rice has 13 positive attacking plays and 6 defensive, which is average, which is very good. Martin Odegaard in second, and in the last match when we beat Burnley, it's the same thing. Martin Odegaard was high in his defensive play. It's like he's the third, he's joined third highest in positive defensive play with Declan Rice and Kai Havertz. So Martin Odegaard has improved his defensive play, and it's because he's been had to drop in midfield. Not had to, but it's part of the gameplay for him to drop in midfield to dictate from deep sometimes, as well as to go and attack. So he's everywhere, and that makes him have an overall better game, overall look like a better player than how he's been looking for past few seasons. Even though he's not getting the same amount of goal he was last season, but the way he's been adapting to that new role, for me, is nothing short of excellent. Now, when you take a look at Jorginho coming third with 11 positive attacking plays. Kai Havertz now, a big concerning thing is he had 5 negative plays. He had 6 positive defensive play, which was a good thing for him. As what I'm saying, that Kai Havertz always putting in the shift, always getting the tackling, always getting his foot in. This is why most of the time he's one of our best duel winner. But the negative attacking play, once again, it's a recurring theme for Kai Havertz. It's the same thing against Burnley. He had one of the least, or one of the worst play in terms of the negative play. He came close to the bottom for attacking player. He's the striker. Now, once again, Look at this. It's a balanced thing. He has 6 defensive positive play. He has 6 attacking positive play. That shows you that he's a balanced player. Even though he's playing up top, he's not an out-and-out striker. He's not a clinical striker. And that's very good for him to get on the score sheet again. The second time he's getting on the score sheet, playing in that type of position and playing a neutral game. Not trying to be that out-and-out striker, that clinical finisher. Just playing his game and still getting on the score sheet. Martinelli, a bit disappointing is that he has 6 net positive negative display and is at 5 negative attacking display. Once again, you don't want to see attackers having that high amount of negative attacking display. You want to keep it as low as possible. We see Declan Rice before, but because Declan Rice is not an attacker, out-and-out attacker, he's basically a box-to-box. But we see Martinelli is, Kai Havertz is, so these two players need to pull their socks up when it comes down to improving that negative and turn it into more and more positives. Now, this is another thing. Look at your position of Jorginho. Look at the lanes. The pink lines mark the lanes. Look, oh, this was too easy. Look at these big channels in Newcastle's midfield slash defensive areas. One across. Look at Kai Havertz. And that's another thing I love with Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz, most of the time, when you watch him on these clips, just watch Kai Havertz sometimes. He's scanning the pitch, looking who's around him, looking what's around him. And the best players will tell you that they often do this multiple times in each sequences of a match. You see, Odegaard is open, a massive acres and acres of space. That's basically 2-on-2. The 2 centre-backs are marking the two attackers, which is Kai Havertz and Odegaard. Now, Declan Rice has been marked as well, but he's available for a space. And another thing you realise, Jorginho and Declan Rice. For previous matches against Liverpool, it was the opposite direction. It was Jorginho that was attacking mostly and Declan Rice covering. But in this match, Declan Rice keeps on attacking and Jorginho covers. And for me, I love that because when Partey comes back in the team, I can see him playing a Jorginho role, the more deeper line player. And then Declan Rice can be the attacking midfielder or the attacking centre midfielder. But I love the fact that they can interchange. They're both so comfortable going forward and they're both comfortable defending. And Declan Rice is improving. We see in the first few minutes, Declan Rice going in, almost having a scoring a goal because he was in that position. Now we see Martinelli just about to enter this phase of play. So there's a passing lane for Martinelli, Declan Rice, and then there's one for Saka. Chipping the ball over the midfield, or you can get to either Kai Havertz or Martin Odegaard. So we're going to see now what route he took. So he went straight to have Odegaard. See, Odegaard now have more than one options right now. Look how easy this is. Like, there's no, look at this pass. Right, cut straight through the lines, the midfield line. It was too easy this match. I'm telling you, this was, we should have scored a lot more than this because this was too easy. Declan Rice was there right in the middle. Martinelli there, so Martinelli could have got it and went straight at a goal. That yellow arrow mark, he could have went straight at goal, or he could pass to Havertz, or he could pass to Declan Rice. But Jorginho went to Odegaard. Odegaard still had 3 options, or he himself could have went on and had a chance of goal. Now, another clip shows you exactly what was happening. You see that Newcastle tried to attack as well. Newcastle tried to press us, I should say, as well. But their press was so insignificant. We just break through it like it was a piece of, like it was slice of butter. Look at this, getting the ball through. And once again, we're in acres of space. Newcastle basically right now is 5 against 4. Saka is at the edge of this green line, and they've got another descent, their left back over that side. So once this was too easy. Another option. Now this is something I noticed. Look at this. Jorginho and White is basically hiding. They're basically deceiving these Newcastle midfielders by hiding the passing lane. Look at that direct pass from Gabriel straight to Odegaard. Look at that. And you see these 2 players. Now, I don't know if this is an accident or this was planned. You know, like when you're taking corners, or not corners, free kicks, and you have that player that to put the defensive wall, like get them confused, or you know what I mean, in the wall to confuse what direction they're gonna go. Or they're gonna go high, they're gonna go low. It's just there to confuse them. And I see something similar. The White and Jorginho confusing the passing lanes because clearly they would have seen this, man. It was obvious. But because they were so focused on these 2 receiving the ball, they didn't see Odegaard right in that little gap. And guess what happened? Odegaard got it. Now Odegaard could have drove straight on goal, past the Kai Havertz or past the Saka. recurring theme in the match. Now, this is another thing. You see, I told you about Declan Rice improving in his attacking display. Look at Kai Havertz. Look at Kai Havertz scanning behind him. What's going on? You scanning the space that Martinelli or Rice could potentially go to. How he's gonna situate himself to get a goal. I love this from Kai Havertz. His confidence is improving and he's getting better more and more. Now, that passing lane, you see Declan Rice causing a bit of overload, getting Trippier to think, where is he gonna go? Who should I mark? You see, Gomez saw the passing lane, but it's a bit too late. We see that Martinelli gets it, and then we had a chance, but it didn't lead to a goal. Martinelli should have cut back past the Odegaard. He could have done a few things, but can't really criticize him. He done what he could in that situation. And once again, Martin Odegaard having 3 options right now. Saka, look at this. Saka, give it to Saka, straight through on goal. Give it to Havertz, straight through on goal. Give it to Declan Rice, potentially shot on goal. These are so easy. It's so easy, I'm telling you. We cut through the midfield like butter. The passing lanes look like they weren't there. There was no defenders marking these passing lanes. It was so easy now. Once again, look at all these 4 players marking the zone 14. Because they know we play tiki-taki. But once again, you see Benjamin White creating a running area. Jorginho could have went for that pass. But what do you know? It went over the top to Bukayo Saka. Once again, I love that. Because it's a different dimension we created. When you know us to play one kind of way, we're going to switch it up on you. You don't know how we're going to come. And that's what Jorginho kept doing in the matches. They didn't know what to do. Once again, Jorginho on the ball. You see Odegaard here. You see Benjamin White. They switch position. Look at Benjamin White is playing right attacking mid. And you be thinking, nah, man. This is just a one-off. I'm going to show you it's not a one-off. It happened more than once. Now you see that this left back, he's saying, well, hold on, why is Benjamin White there? Why is he there? It was supposed to be where I am. So you see that our players keep on deceiving these players. They don't know where we're going to be. Look at that big gap. Look at that massive gap Benjamin White in. Now, Jorginho's going to get it past to Havertz, and Havertz going to pass to Benjamin White. And this is exactly, Havertz gets it. Look at that big space Benjamin White. Now, just by looking at this, you're saying that Benjamin White should, when he gets the ball from Havertz, he should drag it with his left foot and then have a shot. Left foot, drag it near post, left foot, or curl it far post, left foot, right? That's what you're saying. Potentially, he knows that Saka is behind him. Give it back to Saka. You see the passing lane. Take a shot, give it to Saka, or roll it into Rice's path. And that's what I'm saying. Look at Rice. This is like the 3rd or 4th time we see Declan Rice in a position like this, that someone just need to roll it to him, and then he have a shot on goal and lead to a goal, because we see they scored a few goals like this already this season and last season. Now, another one, Jorginho again. Look at Benjamin White. I told you it's not accident. You see Benjamin White looking to... Now look at the I think it was Livermento saying that. Look, you get him. He's not even watching. He's saying you get him, because he's thinking he's just another player, not knowing that he's a right back. So if he had looked, he would have realized that his teammate has everyone has a player picking up. So he's the one that should be watching this player. I know that Saka will be left free, but Saka is on the wing. You leave Saka on the wing, but he's focusing on Saka, his man, but not realizing that this is Benjamin White. I probably think it's Havertz. It's Odegaard. He's not. It's Odegaard. It might be Havertz. You don't know who it is. Now look at this free pass. There's so much options. Martinelli, chip ball. Benjamin White, chip ball. Saka, chip ball. Odegaard, fizz it. And this is it, that the way they were fizzing the ball to each other. Our Arsenal players are one of the most technical, gifted players in the world football right now, because the way they've been zipping the ball to each other, dead straight controls, not movement, control on the spot. That's what we've been doing over and over and over again. And this is a chance created that led to Havertz goal. Look at this, Martinelli around in the byline. Now look at another thing. You see Benjamin White in this space created confusion, because now he's thinking Benjamin White is free to have a shot and goal. What does he do? He tried to block Benjamin's path. And now what happened? He left Havertz free to have a tap in, and this kept happening over and over again. Now we see that Jorginho once again, Saka and Rice, they're high in terms of the balls carrying, but in terms of carrying and passing, Jorginho was the man of the match, man. He was absolutely immense. Now once again, Benjamin White is ahead of Saka and Odegaard. How does this happen? Benjamin White, our right back, is ahead of our right winger and our attacking mid. What position is he playing? I think he's playing anywhere he feels like playing. That's what I feel. So Benjamin White, man, it was great. Look at this. Livermento is marking 3 players. Livermento. Now Botman can't really get involved because he's got Havertz. You get me? So you have to be wary of what's going on. Now, Livermento, man, he had a terrible match, and it's not his fault. It's just the way we double and triple it and create overloads. Three players on one play. Oh man, this is a nightmare for them. And you see that, look at this now. Saka's gonna give it to him and then make a run, and then you're gonna see 4 players now. 4 players marking Odegaard. You're gonna see Saka have a free run in the box. Free run. Now Saka, Martinez bursted his guts in. Havertz is there, but unfortunately that didn't lead to a goal. Now another thing, we see that another chance created. Look at this. Look at this. We had 4 players in this zone right now, and Saka. Don't forget Saka is over here, so that's 5 against 4. They're 4 defender and 5, and you can see Newcastle thinks they're all right. Look at the way they set up. But keep over and over again, we keep getting between their midfield lines. It was so easy, effortless. Now David Raya, man, I have to give David Raya a big congratulations. Big up for David Raya, because he kept on coming out. He kept on clearing the ball. He kept on doing the difficult parts in this match. And once again, he's no different. You see him coming out, clearing the ball. Another time, clearing the ball again, sweeper keeper, absolutely confidence. He's growing in confidence. Most of the times, even in the first few minutes of the match, you see him looking for Kai Havertz, and he found him. So what you used to do for Brentford with Ivan Toney, you see him starting to link up perfectly with Havertz now. It's getting better. I'm loving the look of our team. Now, once again, switch things up. Teams don't know how we mark. Throughout the whole season, where Benjamin White now is, normally he comes in and he's putting pressure on the keeper. But this is something different in this match. Look at this. They switched. They switched now. Saliba is the one that's on the keeper. We don't normally see this. Normally we see Saliba trying to get in at the header, and Benjamin White is always on the keeper. So Benjamin White swap with Saliba. Saliba now a stronger player. Don't have to foul like Benjamin White normally having a tug and fouling people. Saliba doesn't have to do that. He's a unit. He just needs to stand in one place. No one can get around him. So, for me, we need to do this against Porto. Because we see that against Porto, Benjamin White done a few fouls. That borderline fouls. It wouldn't be probably in the Premier League, but it was in the as what Arteta said, you touch him in the box, they go down, it's a foul. Saliba just needs to stand his ground. If Saliba stand and don't move, there's no way they can give that a foul. There's no, man, that would be an atrocity on the VAR and the referee part, because to be standing and to get in a foul, giving away a foul for standing. Benjamin White does a few actions. He's a bit cunning, Benjamin White, and it's always going against him when he gets caught. But Saliba, just stand up. This big unit, this big lump, this big tree. No one can get around him. So, all in all, absolutely chuffed, absolutely over the moon. For me, this match makes me feel a lot better with in the week. Everyone forgot about in the week, because we see that we got a revenge against Newcastle. Newcastle scammed us last season, and it wasn't Newcastle, I should say. The ref and the VAR scammed us. Newcastle, Gomez doing that elbow, didn't like that. So we got revenge. And I know we're going to get revenge against Porto in 2 weeks' time. So come on, you Gunners. Up the Gunners. Catch you in the next video, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Help me on my journey to 1,000 subs. Don't forget, when I reach 1,000 subs, I'm going to do a giveaway. Make sure you're watching the videos. Make sure you're staying up to date, or you could possibly be missing out on a giveaway. Catch you next one, guys. Goodbye.